Ask the Global Girl, where you get to ask your questions about international trade and we answer them. This week, the series of our questions are going to be focusing or coming from our frequently asked questions from our 3-day training that we just had in Lagos and in Abuja, Nigeria. I'm Seba Badaki and I'm the Global Girl. So we're talking about competition, and we tend to get a lot of questions about, is there no competition when I go into that market, or how do I compete with people who are already in the market? So one or two things could happen. Perhaps maybe there is a product or service that you're actually bringing into that market, and now you're going to be competing against the people who are already there. Or you could be having the first mover advantage, where you're the first one that's bringing it into the market. So let's think about competition. Let's define that first. Competition is not just something or someone who is selling the same exact thing that you're selling, or even sometimes even similar. I want us to think about competition in terms of who's competing for the same actual spend, which means that, that every person only has X amount of dollars or X amount of naira or euro or currency to actually spend. And understanding that, what else is competing for the spend in your money? So let's think about it from that way. So how do you compete? So one of the things you want to do is definitely scan the environment. You want to scan the environment to see who has the largest market share and what position does that person have in the market. So who has a market share? Is one person actually dominating that market? Or is the market broken up by several different people and no one is a true dominator in that market? You want to understand that. You also want to understand the positioning of the products that are already in there. Are they premium or luxury products, or are they low-cost products? Or basically, is everyone pretty much playing in the mainstream arena? The other thing you want to think about is cost structure. And cost structure goes to everything from when we're talking about how are people pricing what they're doing? Are there low margins, or are there large margins that are coming with those products? And in some countries, especially when you're talking about in the Latin Americas and you're talking about in Africa, there's tend to be a lot of times where people are also bargaining for the price. So their price structure is not fixed, where it's a very flexible price structure. Then you want to look at pricing. What is everybody else also charging for what you actually have? And then you also want to look at the quality of what they're putting out as a verse for the properties. You want the product. So it's quality versus price. You want to look at that as well. And of course, packaging. Is there an industry packaging that they're using for that entire industry? Is there a particular bottle or a particular box or a particular color in that particular country that you're using? So example, I want to take something as simple as peanuts or ground nuts. So if you look perhaps maybe in some of the African markets, you will notice that a lot of times that these nuts, they come in either what we normally are considering a water bottle or even an alcoholic beverage bottle or liquor bottle. Whereas in the United States and other countries, they come in this aluminum can. So that's another area that you want to look at. So that's our talk today on competition, looking at your competition, understanding who you're competing with when you're going into a global market. I'm Seba Badaki, and this is Ask the Global Girl. Have a great day.